that happened on November 21st. Monday, let's talk about the first game. Atlanta Hawks losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. This game with DeAndre Hunter out, we seen what AJ Griffin can do with 36 minutes. Super good. 17 points, 3 threes, 3 steals. He's a guy that we have to pay attention to. If DeAndre Hunter ends up losing more time, we should go pick him. Hunter is not even ranked this year. John Collins had an okay game, 2 steals and a block, but at this point his value is so low. I would just hold. I wouldn't even trade him. Hopefully, hope he gets traded. Clint Capella played 27 while Okongwu played 20. Both guys played okay. Okongwu had a double, 18 points. Wow, 6 for 6 on the free throw line. While Capella did a bit everything, 2 steals and 2 blocks. Dejounte Murray struggled with the Cavaliers defense. He just won bad game while Trae Young 25 and 10, pretty solid. But Trae, I think he hit his ceiling in fantasy already. He gave you a lot of points, he gave you a lot of assists, a lot of threes, but he's not going to give you blocks. His efficiency is continued to be an issue, right? Because he's a smaller guy. He has to take a lot of long shots, and his turnovers going to be high because he has such a high usage. So I don't think he can ever be a top 5 player in fantasy unless he started getting 2 steals a game. We look at the Cavaliers, good stuff. Donovan, 29, 9 assists with 3 steals with 4 3. Wow, what a game from him. Darius Garland also. The guards play from the Cavaliers are fantastic. Jarrett Allen, 11 rebounds, a steal and 2 steals and a block. Evan Mobley, Evan Mobley, he's just not gonna have high usage with all the guys in. So don't expect him to score 18, 19 points a game. Probably less, around 15 realistically. Mobley this season, he is 60th ranked player. So despite the low usage, he's still doing okay. 57 from the field is amazing, right? Because when you play with these 2 guards, you're going to give a lot of easy buckets. But in order for him to make the next step, he's got to block more shots, which he can do, and hit free throws. If those 2 things happen, he can be a top 40 player. I'm certain of that. Lamar Stevens, I don't think he's fantasy relevant. In this game, Sadie Osman went off, but we shouldn't really trust him. And Kevin Love played just 11 minutes. So if you were streaming him, I think if you got rebounds, depending on their schedule, rebounds and assists, you could still have him. I think just one game where he played. Otherwise, he could play 20 minutes, give you 7-8 rebounds and 2.5 threes. The next game, the Pacers, they cannot stop winning. They just keep winning. For the Magic, Okiki played 12 minutes, yeah. Pablo Banchero is still out. He should be back this week. He's been out for a while now with his ankle injury. Yeah, that's the problem with young teams. They're tanking and they got a young star. Even though they're young, they could probably be back a few games earlier, but due to this, he's just not going to be, they're just going to take their sweet time. Bobo, no blocks. That's a bit disappointing in 27 minutes. Mo Bamba, minutes is high with Wendell Carter Jr. out. What's going on with him? He came back, play 1 game. He had a right plantar fascial strain. Okay. Isn't that the injury that Kawhi had? It's the injury where you just have to play through it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not too sure. But he's listed questionable next game, so let's see what happens. Fred Wagner, just solid numbers, to be honest. He just put up similar numbers. 18, 19 points a game, right? Close to 20. Not a lot of threes, fairly efficient. Some rebound, a little bit assist, and some defensive stats. Jalen sucks. He also got hurt, I think. Played just 23 minutes. Well, he's probable next game. Have 4 steals. Yeah, he's a must roster until all the guards are back. For the Pacers, my God. Buddy Hield, they just keep winning. Buddy Hield plays just 22 minutes. And Tyrese Halliburton only played 27 because TJ McConnell was just killing them. A plus 22, 32 minutes, 19 points, 10 assists, 3 steals. O'Shea Brissett coming played 26, Benedict played 26. That's just what's gonna happen with this Pacers team. Even Tyrese Halliburton played just 27 minutes. If the bench players are playing well, they're just gonna roll with them. They're gonna roll with the bench unit. Miles Turner played 26 minutes, a steal and 3 blocks, not bad. Jalen Smith, just 17 minutes exactly. His minutes just not consistent. While Isaiah Jackson this game played 21 minutes, 10 points, still on a block. It's just hard to say. Even Tyrese sometimes only get 27 minutes, as by far the best player on the team. You would think he gets 35 minutes, but I guess he just didn't play in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Also, it was a blowout, so that's another reason. The next game, okay, the Bulls beat the Boston Celtics. Maybe this is the only good team that they beat so far this year. This was the problem with them last year. Even when they have the great record, they just lose to every good team. Tatum, 28 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, just good stuff from him for threes. No defensive stats. That would be good. Jaylen Brown, 25, 7 rebounds and 4 threes. Okay, 3 for 5 on the free throw line. Grant Williams and Al Horford. Al Horford, because Robert Williams is going to be back, I think, in let's see, when is Robert Williams going to be back? He's going to be back eventually. I think that does hurt Al Horford's minutes at center. He went 0 for 9 here. Obviously a must roster, 2 steals and 2 blocks, but I do worry about Al Horford's output a little bit if Robert Williams comes back. They did play them together, but I feel like his minutes might drop a few minutes. I feel that way. So if you can sell Al Horford high before that happens, try to do it. Just do a 2 for 1. Try. Grant Williams just hit a lot of threes, 3 threes, 7 rebounds. He's actually, if you want rebounds and 3 threes and some efficiency, he could be a good streamer for now with a couple guys out. Marcus Smart came back, had 8 assists and still on the block. Okay, but we need more steals out of him. With him back, Derrick White is, I think we could drop him. Depending on the schedule, same thing with Malcolm. Well, Malcolm Brogdon went off, but try to sell high on him. You can't really trust his minutes usage, and he gets hurt way too often. For the Bulls, wow, Vucevic, 6 for 7. Really good stuff from him, but no defensive stats. DeMar DeRozan, 3 for 3 from threes. Interesting. 28 points, really efficient. DeRozan having another decent season. Throughout his career, he was never in the modern NBA, he's a guard. He's 27th ranked. Every single year, consistently top 30, 40 player for how many years now? And surprisingly, because he doesn't shoot that many threes, but as a guard, he will get 22, 23. He's averaging 25 points, and he's very efficient from the field. Doesn't really turn the ball over. That's why his ranking is pretty high. Zach LaVine played okay. Took 20 shots. Efficiency is still an issue, but hit 5 threes, 2 steals. Zach LaVine has gained more steals this year. Last year, he was at a miserable 0.5 steals rate. This year, at least he's at 1, so maybe that could change. There's just one, Zach LaVine, I'm just looking up his stats over the years. Before last year, he's a guard that gets a lot of steals. He would get 1.3, 1.4, which is, okay, sorry. 19, 20, okay. There's only 1 year he got 1.5 steals. 2 years ago, he got 0.8. And then last year, he only had 0.6. How do you only get 0.6 while playing 34 minutes? It has to do something with the defensive schemes. Right? How can you get so little steals? Ayo Dosunmu played 36 minutes, yeah, not much. And Caruso have no problem getting steals, 4 steals here. He's a steal streamer. That's it, really. Doesn't really provide too much other things. The Milwaukee Bucks beat the Portland Trail Blazers. Well, Damian Lillard is going to be out a week or 2. So Anthony Simons, he's going to have a big 1 or 2 weeks. Try to sell him if you can. Took 29.3 threes, but the problem with him is just not a lot of defensive stats. Maybe he will improve. Sheldon Sharp started in place of Damian Lillard. Yeah, I'm not too interested in him. He went 1 for 9. Yeah, can't trust him, right? Just look at this game. If they got a back-to-back, maybe you could stream him because he's gonna get close to 30 minutes. He might have a 1 good game, out of the 2 games. Yusuf Nurkic, 31 minutes, not bad, 16 and 10, but just need a little more defensive set out of Nurkic. Jeremy Grant, two blocks. He's gonna continue to benefit with guys out. As long as he's remained healthy, he's gonna get more offensive touches. Josh Hart played 40 minutes, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, and somehow shot 7 for 9 from the field. That is really good. For the Bucks, finally they got Jrue Holiday back. And when is Chris Middleton going to be back? He's been out for so long. Jrue Holiday first game back. Okay, a little bit rusty. Not really. 6 assists, 3 steals, 17 points, really good. 2 for 2 from the free throw line while Brook Lopez continues to dominate. we'll see what happens. I mean, 1 steal and 5 blocks, 14 points, 2 threes. I mean, what a game from him again. He's too good. He's unbelievable. He is right now 17th ranked player. Yeah, I mean, as long as if as long as he gets 30 minutes, he could be a top 30, top 40 player. I mean, I have no doubt. It's just over the years they won't give him full minutes because he struggled a lot with certain matchups. I mean, he was a -2 here while his team won by 8. Giannis, again, really bad free throw night. 5 for 12, but regardless, 37 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, we know how bad Portland's defense is. Grayson Allen hit 2 threes. And Javon Carter is still getting some wrong, but he's close to a job now that Jrue Holiday is back. But he still played 26 minutes. Let's go to the next game, Miami Heat. Okay, a great win for the Timberwolves, but Miami Heat, they don't have Jimmy Butler yet. They don't have Tyler Hero. And what's going on with Tyler Hero? He's been out for so long that so far he's missed more games than the games he played. Yeah, he's questionable for how many weeks now? 40th ranked player so far this year, so he's having a good year. Shooting 47% from the field, getting some defensive stats. I mean, 0.6 blocks is not bad for Tyler. But yeah, as long as he's out, Max Strus, this game go to overtime? They not go to overtime, but Max Strus and Kyle Lowry. Try to sell high on Kyle Lowry, 4 threes for the game, 9 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. This way we don't drop it. Max Strus also, if you sell high, try to sell high. Maybe nobody bites, and you just hold. He's not gonna. Well, Duncan Robinson also got hurt, so he just gets more minutes now. He took 23 shots, by far the most on the team. Had a steal. The problem with him is he just doesn't do much else other than points and threes. Bam Adebayo had 2 blocks. That's what I want to see. 5 assists, good. 14 rebounds, good. But just more steals, more blocks, more assists. And Bam can be a top 15. But he does have the upside. He did it 1 year. But since Kyle Lowry came, he doesn't get that many assists. But steals, he should, steals and blocks, he should still get in plenty, right? Caleb Martin also could be a streamer, with Jimmy Butler out. I mean, Miami Heat right now, just Caleb Martin, Max Strus, they're just must roster players because with everybody out, they just get so many minutes. For the Timberwolves, okay, Anthony Edwards took 21 shots. That's more like it. 4 steals and a block. He's still disappointing, but games like this give you a glimpse of what he can really do, right? Because counting stat-wise, he scores a lot. He hit a lot of threes. He can grab rebounds. He get assists. He get a lot of steals and blocks. I mean, just everything. It's just his efficiency is an issue. And this year, just not taking as many shots. D'Lo only took 5 shots. A steal and block, pretty bad here. D'Lo is a type of player that if you drop him, he's going to get scooped up immediately, and you cannot find another guy on the waiver like him. But he's so inconsistent, and his minutes only 28 minutes now. Rudy Gobert somehow did not take a shot. Okay, but we don't mind that. 9 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. Yeah, you don't really get Rudy for his scoring. Cat played well, 28 points and 9 assists really stands out. 8 rebounds. And Jaden McDaniels took 14 shots as well. Yeah, I don't mind holding on to Jaden McDaniels for his defensive power. He's not a Robert Covington, but every once in a while he could explode with the 4 steals and 4 blocks here. The next game is kind of embarrassing. The Warriors decided to rest everybody. So Jordan Poole had a decent game, 26 points, but the game was out of hand in the 4th quarter, so they didn't really get to play. Jonathan Kuminga shows us why you can't trust him with that many minutes. Went 6 for 20 front of field. It's just one game, sure, but it just tells you maybe he was a -38. Maybe just don't play him that long. Maybe that's why they don't play him that much. Anthony Lamb came in, had 2 points. Yeah, doesn't really count. The next team, everybody's going to be back. For the New Orleans Pelicans, Brandon Ingram had a really good game, 34 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 6 rebounds, 7 for 7 from the free throw line, 3 for 3 threes. Really good stuff across the board. And Zion just took 23 minutes. I mean, everybody else played just 23 minutes because there's nothing else to play for. CJ played only 21, actually. Is this such an easy win? We can't read too much things out of it. Valanciunas, Larry Jr. continues to split the minutes, At this game, even Willie Horner-Gomez came in and played 7 minutes. So we can't just ignore this game. Let's go to the next game. The New York Knicks scored 129 points on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay. Oklahoma City Thunder's defense, I thought it was okay. They got a lot of athletes. Jalen Brunson absolutely went off, 34 points. 9 assists, but no rebound, had 1 steal and 1 3. Okay, this is still a great stat line, but just he needs to do more stuff, I think, to move up the rankings. But this is really good efficiency wise also. Julius Randle 25 points and RJ also, wow, one of the best games from RJ this season. Fairly efficient. They did play the Oklahoma City Thunder, so I don't know how much credit we should give him. But 2 for 2, I mean, just efficiency across the board is really good. Julius Randle just does what he does. And Isaiah Hartenstein, I think it's time to let him go, to be honest. Mitchell Robinson came back, played 13. While Jericho Sims played 15, Obi Toppin played 18, Isaiah Hartenstein played 15. Maybe some point this season, right? I mean, he still had a solid line to be honest. 8 rebounds, five of them being offensive, a steal block. Maybe at some point this season he'll get 25 plus minutes. Maybe at some point this season it's not here yet. Mitchell Robinson first came back. Yeah, you don't want to leave him out there on the waiver wire. He has a lot of upside with his blocks and rebound and field goal. We look at Oklahoma City Thunder. Shea, his efficiency has dropped off a little bit, quite a bit actually, but doesn't matter. Counting stat wise, 12 for 13 from the free throw line is huge. 5 rebounds, 7 assists, still on the block. I mean, Shea continues to be unbelievable. Meanwhile, Josh Giddey also pretty game, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. Jermaine Robinson Earl started because Pokusevski is still out. We don't know how long he's gonna be out. Sure, like if you want to stream Jermaine Robinson Earl, I don't mind it. Kendrick Williams started, but should play 17 minutes, so you gotta be a little bit careful if you want to stream him. Like if you know he gets 30 minutes, he's a must roster, but that's not the case here. And Lou Dort had a decent shooting night as well. 3 threes, 24 points, and they still lost by 10. Alright, let's talk about the last game of the night. This game is actually still going on right now, but it's almost over, so I'm just gonna talk about it. But the Jazz, wow, they actually came back. I think they were down a lot, quite a bit. Maybe close to 20 points. They came back. Are they going to win this game? I'm not too sure. They're down by 5, so they're not looking good. Maybe 10% chance coming back. Lauri Markkanen so far had a really good stuff. Good game, actually. 25 and 10. And the game, you got a minute left. Kelly Olynyk, 5 for 6, couldn't miss a shot. Jordan Clarkson, 26 points. Jared Vanderbilt. You don't really get him for his scoring. He's just doing everything in the other area, so he's a must roster. And with Mike Conley out, Taylor Horton-Tucker Colin Sexton started, but the disappointing line, man. Come on. 10 points and nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. 2 rebounds and a steal. No threes. No defensive stats. Low field goal as well. Malik Beasley is the guy that, if you're looking for threes, he's the best guy out there for now, for sure. Stream him. Taylor Horton-Tucker, in just 18 minutes, that's a pretty line. I do think Taylor Horton-Tucker has the upside if you give him 35 minutes because he can do everything. He can grab, he can rebound, he could assist, he could get steals and blocks. But just too inconsistent also. And I doubt he's going to get a lot of run on this team. Oh my God, he just made another bucket. For the LA Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, first game back, 8 points, 5 assists. Marcus Morris Sr. had 8 points and a block. But he was a minus 16. Zubac continues to dominate in the paint, 2 blocks, 14 rebounds, good stuff from him. And Reggie Jackson and John Wall, John Wall had 8 turnovers in 22 minutes. I don't know how that happened. But Reggie Jackson is having a huge game as well. But the problem with him is just the points and threes. He doesn't really give you a lot of assists, and he turns the ball over at a pretty high rate and no defensive stats. So those are the kind of guys in fantasy category leagues you got to think about, like, hey, can he help my team? If I need rebounds and threes this week, 100% stream him. Otherwise, he might hurt you more than he can help you. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.